What's good, everybody? It's your dog, the Urban Juggernaut, and we are live here from Florence Fresh. We have a very, very special episode, an update. It's a little emotional, but we're here because, as most know, we did an episode, a very special guy by the name of Quincy Reese Jr. and his father, one of our highest rated episodes on the Amped Up Backhouse Show. Doubling back, we lost, as we know, Quincy Jr. June 10th of this year. One of Amped Up's goals is to promote youth, unity, youth positivity mentoring, partnership. We touch on race relations, we touch everything besides just wrestling. It's just all about positivity, great things, men linking up together, women linking up together. Whatever your religious belief, LGBTQ, whatever, we put all that aside just for positivity, unity, and doing the greater good. Without further ado, I'm gonna let these two introduce themselves.
How you doing? My name is Jahan Epps. I'm a part owner at Florence Fresh with my partner Quincy here, and I'm also running for City Council in District 8, which is the district that we're in now.
I'm Quincy Reese Sr. I'm sure you guys seen me from the last episode that I and my son, you guys spoke to and seen. So I'm here for an update.
All right, thank you guys for coming, and thank you guys for allowing me to come here. Quincy's we've done a lot, and he's gone through a lot these last few months. And the main reason today is I'm gonna just get a little personal for a second. I've known Quincy since I'm 39, so I've known him since I was 21 years old. I know he was still either in high school or fresh, or just right out of high school. I was able to meet Quincy Jr. on a few occasions throughout time. I always saw Quincy, but I literally remember the growth. To the last time when he walked in, I was like, where the heck is hype come from? How did he know everything? And to spread light on, I feel like, we're not here for, at this, like, especially at this, I work 2 jobs. I don't care about monetization and competing with other YouTubers and all the clout and the fluff that comes. But it's just, like I said, ironic that one of the biggest news stories of this summer happened to be one of my best friends and his son. And so I'm putting this show out today to let him speak his piece. Sometimes with the video casting, YouTubing, and podcasting, a lot of people have things to say, and they don't really know the person, or they haven't lived an experience. They shouldn't have to live through deep experiences like this. So I just want to get my man, and we're going to also have some positivity, great news and updates too. And I want to give my man just a chance to speak his piece, just as my friend and somebody that personally knows him, versus somebody way overseas or something. Just a wacky news interview, and make up a scenario and just spread things they don't really know about. So without further ado, we're gonna just get a little cool, 30-something minutes. This is my man Quincy. Like I said, it's certain things. Like I said, I have an experience. I've lost personal homies and things like that. To those kids that follow hip hop and like to follow the rappers in the game, listen, do what you do, but understand that certain situations, if you listen to the music and you want to see, this rapper shot this rapper, or this, there's no fun and games about losing somebody. There's no cool songs, there's no diss, none of it, it's not cool stuff. So without further ado, I'm gonna let my man talk to y'all about a loss, like a loss. He's one of the strongest guys I know, and he's gonna keep his son legacies going. So, to the kids, to everybody, if you would like to, let them know your true feelings, because they need to hear about this. And it's the truth, bro.
This is new to me as far as dealing with emotions that I didn't even know I had. It's like you live in a nightmare. You know, I still reach over to the side of my car to touch it. You know, just vanish. I still get off of work thinking I gotta take him to practice. You know, I'm still receiving emails that we want your child to come play for our school. He's been adjourned by Congressman Bryant, Maxine Waters, spoke highly about him. Or she's helping me with something in honor of his name. Dealing with this kind of situation, there is no more sleep. If you was just as close to with your child as I was to mine, or just anybody that's close, that you guys real close, we are connected. And you know where each other, sometimes each other's thoughts, like you connected to where you don't feel right when that person isn't feeling right. And in my situation, he isn't here. So it's more crying more than I've ever done in my entire life. I done lost friends, family as well. But the child is different, especially when you're first born. This is the one who was supposed to fix the community and the family all at once. There wasn't no we better than you type situation. We have our own mindset and goals. You do what you do, we do what we do. He just had the help of a father who would drop everything to attend his need. And the fact that he didn't know how hard it was to raise him, because I didn't let him know that. There wasn't no daddy inherited some kind of money. There wasn't no daddy had a daddy. My role models came from the streets. The fact that I knew how to talk to other people, different groups of people, is how I ended up developing a social personality to where I could just talk to anybody now. Because I've been in a lot of situations. This is just one of the hardest ones. Quincy was a fan of wrestling. And it made sense when Sean told me he was wrestling. Way early. Quincy had to be around 11, maybe 10. And the fact that he showed me that interest in wrestling, he didn't know that Daddy grew up watching wrestling. He didn't know I knew the wrestlers he knew. He thought Daddy was just a kid that was always in trouble. You know? He asked me and compared our childhood and was asking me which one seemed more fun, my childhood or his. I said it's a mixture of both, because you got the new games, but we got the better cartoons. You get what I'm saying? Your Power Rangers that you like is not the Power Rangers when I was watching. And it was more realistic. You know what I'm saying? I asked him what a putty was. He didn't know what the putty was.
Oh, wow.
I said, well, what's the Power Ranger bad guys? They named him something else. I said, see, we had the better one. You just got the new, better looking. You know what I'm saying? So, back to dealing with these kind of emotions. These kind of emotions, I put these emotions into different avenues of talents that I'm tapping in that I didn't know I had. It's the fact that I asked God to show me. I asked God to show me things that He installed in me at birth that I didn't even know how to bring it out until now. So I'm walking in His faith. Yeah, Hebrew 11, which I'm gonna speak about it a little later, has something to do with the vision of my son. So the fact that me and my son are so connected, we talked about this prior to me doing this. As far as health food store, as far as t-shirt, clothing line, this is stuff that we talked way before his tragic death, and I'm still doing it. And this is what my life is going to be moving forward. Getting what his vision was for our community to survive despite these times that we're in, because we all are underrepresented our black kids, and not just black kids, of course, it's fighting for all of them that has lived in this community with us. Because a lot of people, some Section 8, grew up with it, grew up around it, know somebody that was on it. I was on it. So we was bringing luxury to the hood and making it forth through Section 8.
One thing I heard is at one of the press conferences, you said there is no need for retaliation for what happened. And originally, like for the background, Q used to be no joke on these streets. So how just you muster up that energy to speak? Because there's a lot of people. I even heard. I'm gonna be honest with you. I even heard in the crowd like who had this been, or hey, we should. You hear whispers like. So for you to get up there and say you didn't want retaliation, what made you muster that up?
There would have been innocent kids hurt. There have been fathers missing, hurt. Me and Q we ain't trying to hurt nobody. We have goals in life. Our soul was tied to a goal, which was going to take care of my family and community. There is no hate. We're not even that type of family unless you come play with us. We're not starting anything with nobody. You can't start nothing with a 3.8 GPA, 3.4. Where's the toughness at? Don't you gotta study in order to get that kind of GPA? I can't be tough with you. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. We're not hanging out late night. We're not doing that. We in a gym. Practicing. We trying to fix what's over here that's broken. You know what I'm saying? There is no after school programs over here. They have no choice but to be in the streets. Q died at 16 with the mindset of, okay, Dad, I'm gonna fix this. Cool. I'm gonna help you. So retaliation, what was that? We can't even get that out if I retaliate. I'm going to get the years or not die. So it's like, what are we doing? Like that's not making sense for him to go out or even that had to happen. Doesn't make any sense.
Facts. Before we get into our man,
Right.
One of the goals of today also, which I had a conversation with you, is I don't feel like I said, rest in peace to one of my good friends, Oscar Choir Boy Duncan. A very similar situation. And so all those innocent brothers who passed away on these LA streets. One of the things that is real, I could say, special about Q's situation, I wanted to push, is the fact that we can go down a list of, I know celebrities have reached out to you, city people, all that good stuff. And one of my goals, I felt like, is I want not just for the black kids, and not just for LA, not just to be just Q to be just the LA story, but for you guys to be, like I said, you worked several jobs. You told several stories for funerals. I'm reading he was running to being real estate, and he was doing several things.
I was learning that from him.
Yeah, real estate, you know.
Actual foot, call foot.
Yeah, heck yeah. You invested in several businesses, you worked, and Q not only was a star athlete, but he was a scholar too. And I feel like it shouldn't just be like just for the hood youth. I feel like his story should be nationwide. World is changing. Teens is off the chain now. I mean, we still got great ones, but with the social medias and keeping up with the Joneses, you know, you get some YouTubers that are 10 years old getting thousands, you know, and you got kids, poor kids trying to keep up with them. So now you got they trying to get fast money. They breaking. You got 40 something people running in the stores in Beverly Hills, and it's just getting wild. And I really feel that just in teen representation today, that Q's legacy should continue to go on. His faces should be everywhere. Those good teens, like I said, we pushing hip hop. You know, now social media, you can upload your music video, and you know, you got 40-something million likes for some kid, 15, 16-year-old, 14-year-old kid with a burner. All his homies inside of a house, lasers, you know, pointing lasers, smoke, you know, and we'll push that. But you barely hear anything about the scholars, the star athletes, the positive stuff. All the ignorant stuff gets pushed to the forefront. So I made it my personal mission. Like I said, with the resources I have with the pro wrestling community. Hopefully next year we get the Q Fest popping and we can wrestle in honor of Q. But I want to see other races, like I said, learn his story and learn these great kids from the neighborhood. We got heroes over here too. Like, you know, Gridiron Gang a long time. We need another hero, black hero. And I feel people like that need their story shared to the forefront. Because I myself, my man, I honestly don't think none of us will ever let Quincy Jr.'s legacy go. Like just be another, we gonna continue to push this movement and those who we've lost. So that's why we're here today. All right. And last, one more before we get to my man. What are you have to say? Like I said, and I want you to give this message to those YouTubers and podcasts that have spoken on the situation and just given out false information. This is your chance to let the world know from your heart. Yo, this is his father right here, and this is what he has to say.
Stop putting out false information, because we don't know each other. Stop acting like you know what you don't. If you want to ask me something, I'm not hard to be found. DM me a message, and I will go from there. But don't put out no false story, because it's false. And I'm pretty sure you should know it's false, because you didn't get it from nobody in my family. But I'm willing to talk to you. Just send the message the correct way, because I'm expecting respect, and I'm gonna give it back. Other than that, don't tag me in nothing. You know, I'm not the YouTube guy. Please don't play with me. That should be clear cut and sound. That's it.
There we have it. Once again, rest in peace, Quincy Jr., because we're going to keep this legacy going. And as we transition, we're going to see all the great things that are coming and going. That's going to happen. As we're going to keep this legacy great, fulfilling, and go share it throughout the world. Without further ado, my man, one more time, introduce yourself and let the world know about, you and Quincy's relationship.
Absolutely.
And what do you plan on doing?
Yeah, my name is Jahan Epps. Thank you so much for the time and thanks for having me on the show today. But my name is Jahan Epps. I'm from the community, from the district. I grew up in the district. Family's been here for a long time. Because of the changes that I've been trying to make in the neighborhood, I decided to go ahead and throw my name in the hat and run for office. And I recruited Quincy to help me with the youth. I know what he just went through, which was unfortunate in his long-standing history with the youth. I know he's going to have a passion, and he has always had a passion for helping kids and getting them where they need to go. And proof of that was with Quincy Jr., right? And so, just because he's passed on doesn't mean the passion is gone. So we want to make the most of it. We want to keep Quincy's name alive. We want to do good in Quincy's name, including scholarships, after-school programming. We want to, keep that message and that lesson alive and try to make sure that it doesn't happen to other kids, right? And like you said, there's a lot of resources that we don't have around here. After-school programming, job skills training. We only have 2 schools that are literally within the district, which is Crenshaw and Locke High. And it shouldn't be a case to where, I've heard, oh, well, maybe kids should be shipped out to other places. What sense does that make? Why is our goal, instead of fixing the schools that our kids can go to, why is the goal to ship them somewhere else? And that should not be the goal. It's to be to fix where we are first. Mm-hmm. South LA has always had a notorious reputation for certain things, good and bad. And at some point, we want to step up and start trying to fix the things that they're known for notoriously being bad. And that's all the way from potholes to gang violence, you know what I mean? And so we can continue to look over the problems and brush over the problems and not address them, but when you don't address them, they are going to come back and bite you in some way or another. And this bite that we just took with Quincy Jr. is too much. It's too much to bear. It's not the kind of cost that we want to be putting out, you know what I mean, for the apathy of society. So, after a scenario like this, if it doesn't motivate you to really kind of do something, either you wasn't close to the situation or you just don't have a heart for this. But for me personally, and as somebody that knows Quincy Jr., I remember the day, I really first kind of got cool with Quincy Jr. I can tell you those things. I remember the story. I started off coaching him at basketball, not to get too long-winded, and it was one day that we were coaching all of the kids on Unique All-Stars, and it was one day that Quincy and his father didn't get the memo, and they ended up at Horace Mann where we having practice, just them. And there was another pretty notable trainer in there, went over and talked to the trainer, introduced Quincy, then next thing I know, he was working out with the trainer. So Quincy has always been, little Quincy, had always been he was there's no perfect kid, but he was the perfect kid, and that is not the kind of collateral damage that we want to have or we want to be losing. Those are our best resources, it's the future. So if we're losing our brightest stars to the same silly stuff that always been going on, then it has to be fixed. And I'll just close on this. I'm 40 years old. A lot of us are, born in our 80s, and LA has pretty much been a war zone our whole lives. Like when you see a show like Snowfall or, Boys in the Hood or all the things that depict LA, and they start off in a time where LA was kind of like camaraderie and it was like neighborhood barbecues and block parties. We don't know any of that. I've never been around for my whole life. Some of these gang beefs and stuff are older than me. You know what I mean? And so, like older than me to where I came into it. I was born in the 80s and it's still going on. So at some point, somebody has to step up and want to genuinely try to help and fix these things. It can't just be lip service. It can't just continue. We can't continue making songs about it and everything else. At some point, somebody has to step up and try to fix it, and that's what I'm attempting to do now. Of course, with Quincy's help, we're attempting to fix some of these long-standing problems that LA has had.
Well, we appreciate people like you because I don't think it's a lot of work to be done, but if nobody's even trying,
right?
Yeah. Because I feel like every little try, somebody likes it and say,
yeah,
with the rest, like I said, not to toot my own horn, but it was a wrestler. He was new, and he said, I said, just come to the show. We'll see you have a spot. And I told him that once. He came to the show. Years later, he told me, he said, you saved my life. I was like, why? He said, because I was thinking about suicide, and you gave me a chance. So for everyone that we lose, there's somebody's lives we save.
Right.
Like I said, and I feel like what Quincy's about to do, he's about to save way more lives. And to top it off, one beautiful thing is for those who don't know, it wasn't. We'd always talk about doing something even before, like, because I knew you started being in businesses, you knew my wrestling, but way before, like, even first interview we always talk about, and that's why I brought. The first interview I brought him on because I was proud. He's like, he's starting something, his juice, and all that. And that's what we as men need to do. Instead of competing and all, like I say, even every money collaboration may not work or whatever, but it's just the support. Just the support.
Yeah, you going in with the right mindset, you should have the right income coming out.
Yes.
Everybody should play a part. Stay in your lane, play a part.
Heck yeah. And then, check on your friends. Like I said, the night it happened, I just remember I texted you, I just said, look, I'm not bothering, just anything you need. He hit me up the next day to show how strong he was. You know what I'm saying? And
it was hard for me to tell somebody what I needed. Like normally I don't ask people for anything.
Heck yeah. Well,
We did that.
but the community, one of the people, like I said, this community, it's whack that we had to come together for that. But like I said, this is going to be the striking to get things going. I'm sure we all for it. We're going to keep really pushing Q's legacy in the right way. I don't care. We need to see some murals. We need to get those Q shirts.
Right. They're also in the work.
Yeah.
We would like to actually get a mural outside of the building. So, maybe we're going to, not even maybe, we're going to start some fundraising so we can, afford the tab. But we want to get some real high quality artists to do it. So we do, the idea and the long-term goal is to get a mural up of him, preferably here. But I don't know of any other ones in the city, and I feel like he needs to be represented, and remembered, and have a place where people can come, take pictures, leave notes, whatever else. So that would be ideal, and we'll put the information out soon. We'll share it with you, so you can share it with your base when that becomes available.
Heck yeah. And one final plea to the community leaders, to the celebrities, to the YouTubers, especially celebrity YouTubers. You can spend a couple racks on a chain or a gold porta potty or something, whatever you guys feel dumb or crazy to do. Listen, growing up, I had Inglewood Y. Is Crenshaw Y still on?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Okay, we had Inglewood Y. We had boys clubs, the after school programs. If you got some extra bread, come back, bro, to the community centers, the resources, the basketball courts, like I said, Inglewood Y had pool, racquetball room. It just has so many things to do. It's a place to hang out after school. Can we collectively meet up and start thinking about putting a community centers? I've had the pleasure to travel the country wrestling a little bit, and I wrestled one time in Colorado. It was a giant community center last summer. Basketball courts, indoor football. It's just one of those places, and it was city funded. It was an old warehouse somewhere. They just cleaned up, and it looked amazing. So I'm saying, everybody, come on, let's pitch in. We got Amped Up Wrestling. We would love to have a spot in Inglewood. I would love to see whatever Q doing, whatever anything he want to put on. The Florence Fresh. They trying to, I'm tidying up myself. He's out here showing black people good positive and eating better, exercising. It's a lot of creative minds. It's a lot of work to be done out here, and we can come to the hood and get this going, so we don't have so many stories. Like I said, I got homies off loss. This was a tragic loss. We may not win the battle, but at least we out here fighting, bro, for these kids, for these youth. Men, let's meet up, link up. Even if you ain't got kids, you know what I'm saying. Ladies, we need y'all too. Ladies just as strong as the men. All right. So that's my big final plea. Come to the hood. Come to the hood. Let's work. Let's collaborate. Let's save our children. Let's save our high school students, our community. Let's keep building. And closing out, give us all your info, where to find you, and whatever you want.
Yeah, you can. My Instagram is j.epps. That's j.epps2024. That's my Instagram. And you guys can also check out my website, www.jahanepps.com. Reach out. Any resources you guys have, or if you guys need resources and you're in the district, please let me know. Small businesses, all of those things, we want to categorize you guys and students and get you guys all the resources that you need in the meantime. And thank you so much for having me. I hope to follow up with you guys soon.
If any 16-year-olds looking for a job, summer time based, get in contact with me. A lady named Patricia Johnson. She's going to help you out, make you some cash, keep you busy. Think about what you want. Just reach out. My Instagram page is DoUQ. And I answer anybody.
Spell it out for me.
D-O-U. D-O-Y-O-U-Q. That's my Instagram page. And like I said, I answer everything. Just reach out.
All right, y'all. We appreciate these two gentlemen for their time. Like, click, and subscribe. Make sure to get today's message out. And we're going to continue Amped Up Wrestling. Stay tuned for our next shows. And once again, we are carrying Amped Up Wrestling, officially carrying an angel with us now. And we represent him as much as we can. Rest in peace, Quincy Reese Jr. One love, y'all. Peace.